Good morning. It is the beginning of October, not the first, near the beginning of October. I think today's the 7th. I honestly don't know. I'd have to look at the calendar, but it's Saturday. It's about 11:30 and I've kind of been putzing around a little bit. I have a lot to do, really. I'm not going to get it all done because I never do. My list is usually super long. You guys will probably hear traffic noise going by because for Main Street Homestead, I really do live on Main Street in my town. So here's Main Street right out here. There's a skeleton skull. So anyway, I have not put as much content out this summer as I had planned to originally. I really wanted to get a lot of it out there, but I had a lot of unexpected stuff come up this summer that just kind of threw a wrench into the works. There's a lot of little things, but some of the big ones, I severely sprained my ankle 4th of July weekend digging thistles out of the pasture. It's still sore in certain spots. It's definitely better. I can bear weight on it now. I'm walking around, but there's still a lot of things I cannot do. I still have not run a shovel since that day, but I'm getting ready to, so I'm gonna here soon give it a shot, give it a go. In that process, I also chipped a piece of bone off my heel bone. So I have a loose piece of bone in there. They said it's probably gonna be 6 months before it might be back to normal, 100% or close to it. So I'm still favoring it quite a bit. Another thing is Jay, my husband, had massive back surgery, which we have been waiting for quite some time for that to come to fruition, which it did, and his back is doing great. However, at that time, it's all consuming, and the recuperation time, it's a lot. In addition to unexpected expenses and financial stress, which I know everybody is experiencing this time period with the economy and inflation. It's really been hard on a lot of us. But I'm sitting out in the garden this morning, my Elvis teacup, and I just wanted to give everybody just an update of kind of what I'm thinking and what's been going on. And I know finances is not a reason to not do video content, but everything that was on my plate was just extremely, there was just a lot going on, and it was all consuming. It was a lot of, it was very stressful. So I just had to make space for the stuff that I had to deal with, and doing content was at the bottom of the list, so it just kind of got put to the wayside. And so another reason is trying to decide where best to go with this next. I also am not super techie. I work a full-time job. I am on a computer for the majority of my very long work days. So sitting in front of a computer when I get home is not what I want to do. I do not enjoy editing video content. I really don't enjoy the process that it takes to post something, which can be a little bit time consuming. But because it's not my forte, I'm not super speedy at it, I'm not efficient, so therefore it takes me a lot more time. So it's not high on my priority list. I do have family members that have helped me with it in the past. My husband is very good at it. My daughter Savannah is super techie. Even my son Isaac is great at it, but I can't rely on them because they have their own endeavors and pursuits that they're doing, and it is time consuming. Originally, I was doing just live streams on Facebook before I started my YouTube channel for my granny. So she was watching them, and then we started the YouTube channel. Some of the content on there now is edited. I actually filmed quite a bit of stuff over the summer that didn't make it up there because I just filmed it and then I never did anything with it because I felt that I needed to edit it and make it perfect. Then at one point I was doing Facebook live streams, and then downloading the live streams and putting them onto the YouTube channel, which worked well as far as the process for me. However, the video quality when you download the live video from Facebook and then post to YouTube is terrible. I mean, it's just a very low video quality. So that's why I quit doing that. So I've just decided to let perfection go. I am going to post content completely unedited, uncut. So ask my family. This probably comes with goods and bads. At times it may be a lot more humorous. At times it may be a complete fiasco. But in analyzing this process, I realized that actually doing the live content is a lot more comfortable for me, as opposed to like this where I'm just filming with my phone and then it would potentially be edited, which it's not going to be, and then posted up, because I don't know, it's like this personal hang up for me. Like I somewhere in my brain have this idea that it has to be more perfect, to where if it is just live, for me, I'm one of those weird people that I actually enjoy public speaking and speaking in front of a group. In my career and in my past careers, I have done a lot of presenting and speaking in front of groups. Not to say that I don't get nervous, but I know that level of nervousness that's going to come with it, and I'm able to control that, and it's almost kind of an adrenaline type high to present in front of people and speak. I love teaching. I love talking to people. I've been a talker my whole life. My family has a lot of the talking gene. So doing a live video on whatever platform, to me, is less nerve-wracking than filming one ahead of time and then posting it for whatever reason. So I've decided, in order to get content out there, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna film them. I'm just gonna post them to YouTube, live, uncut, uncensored. So be forewarned, that's what's gonna happen. Oh Lord, the mail lady's here, so Rhodey's gonna bark. Perimeter defense, people, it's very important. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that, you know, just due to a lot of other stuff that was going on this summer, and my own mental perfectionist hangups, I just didn't get content out there. The one video that I did post, that was time lapse of the greenhouse. Savannah did that one for me, so thank you. And who knows, she may be able to help me with a few, but you know, she has a super busy schedule too. So just be forewarned, it's going to be uncensored and uncut. So there may be some cursing, because I do curse at times. I do have my professional voice, so most of the time I am able to, you know, curb that, and it's not like I can't have a conversation without cursing. However, if I get surprised, I may very well curse. I also have an accent at times when I'm speaking like this. I'm controlling my accent. However, if I'm super tired, or I've had a cocktail, or I speak to any of my family in Alabama or Texas or Missouri, then my accent really just comes sliding right back out. There's a lot of gnats out here, guys. Sorry, because I'm out in the garden. So you'll also probably find it very comical that this is my second recording of this video. This is how techie I am, because the first one that I did, I didn't realize that my phone was still connected to the Bluetooth speaker in the house. So I recorded the entire 16-minute video with no sound, because my phone was connected, the microphone wasn't working. So there you have it. Take two. It's Saturday. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. Looking ahead at the weather forecast, we're supposed to have absolutely gorgeous weather for the next couple weeks. So a lot of the garden harvest that I'm at some years may have already been ripping out has been extended. I'm not ripping it out. I'm trying to nurse it along. I have a lot to do, and I'm going to start with harvesting. I got to get some preserving done. I didn't get anything harvested last weekend because we butchered our steers, and that was a little bit of a fiasco. So if you live locally here in Scott Valley, I'm sure you probably already heard the hubbubaloo because news travels fast. Thank you for everybody who helped in that endeavor, because it was a village, which it normally isn't. But the steers got spooked, and they got out of the fence, and they got through several other fences. It was a big ordeal, but anyway, all over with now. So one of my chores this weekend is I also need to defrost. I gotta quit putting my teacup on the table and rattling the camera. Defrost the freezers and get those organized for when the cows come home. I have a lot of produce to pick that I need to deal with. I need to do some work in the house to make space for my plants that are out for the summer that have to come back in for the winter, to get them moved in before it frosts, which I probably have a couple weeks. We're supposed to have highs up into the 80s, and the lows are 40. There's a couple days where it's down into the upper 30s, but so far everything's been okay. Most stuff will handle a little bit of that unless it's super tropical. What else? Oh, normally, so coming up, I am going to do a separate video about the harvesting, what I'm going to be harvesting today. And I am going to do a separate video too that is a full garden tour. When I say garden, I really just mean like the yard. So that's all encompassing the flowers, the vegetables, the patio, the whole shebang. I'm trying to start referring to all of it. You know, if we were in the UK, it would be my garden. They don't have yards, so I don't like the term yard. It's not pretty. It's all a garden, whether it's edible or just cosmetic. I tend to mix it all together, like a big hodgepodge. So in the fall, I also do a garden tour. I've always done a garden tour for myself before I started doing content online. And then my granny was, wanting to see my garden. So that's why I was doing the Facebook videos for Granny. So basically it's a garden tour for her. And then other people were watching it, which is totally fine. And then it's morphed into, now I have a YouTube channel. So in the fall, since we moved on to this property, I always say I'm going to remember what I planted, or I'm going to remember what I want to do next year, and then I never remember. I will, a couple years, have taken notes, like in a note tablet, but then 6 months later, I don't even remember what my shorthand freaking means. So once I then had, a decent iPhone, what I started doing is a video just primarily for myself, of me walking around filming the video and talking about the plants, and my finger pointing in front of the camera to the different plants for my own reference, so that come January, February, March, when I am planning what I'm gonna start, what I'm gonna put where, what I'm gonna move, what worked, what didn't work, what varieties I liked, which ones didn't perform, which ones deserve a second chance, improvements, expansions, what the new project is gonna be for the year. I actually go back and watch my own videos so that I know what I'm planning. So I didn't think that many people would be interested in that, but some people are. So, and personally, I know there's a couple other content creators that I love watching their garden tour videos, so there's gotta be more of us out there, talking about tomatoes. Because you know me, when I get going on tomatoes, I can seriously talk about tomatoes. So there you have it. So I'm going to be doing a video about harvesting, and I'm going to be doing the garden tour videos. I'm not sure if that will be all one video, because if it's one, it's going to be super long. It would probably be 45 minutes of a lot of me rambling on just like this. What else? I guess that's about it for now. So there you have it. There's my summer in a nutshell, and lack of why you haven't seen me, and what I'm gonna be doing next. So as soon as I finish this, there's sound this time. I tested it. I gotta get up and I gotta get busy. I gotta go find the coolers and get the stuff out of the deep freeze. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go pick some collard greens, cut a few collard green leaves. The collards are just off the chart this year. This is them right here. See how tall they are? They're about 4.5 feet tall, I think. For Rhodey's food, because see, live and uncut. I'm making dog food. Collard greens are going in the dog food, and then I'm gonna get out here with probably every basket and colander that I have in the kitchen, and probably fill up every single one, cutting stuff and bringing it into the house. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching, and happy October. It's one of my favorite months of the year. A lot to do, a lot of exciting stuff. Spooky season is coming up.